women in a standstill.
But Lola, you've been fitting this dress for 2 hours. You won't have it ready. And tonight is my first chance to sing the leading role.
Yes, señorita, and this is your best evening dress. If it falls off while you are singing, how would you?
I think I look pretty good.
I'm glad your mother didn't live to hear her daughter talk like that.
Oh, I wish Mother could be with me tonight. To hear me sing, to see the beginning of my career.
That's the way with young girls these days. Careers, careers. They don't realize marriage is woman's only career. Why? When I was your age, I was the mother of
3 fine, healthy children.
Ah, that's so.
I promise you, Lola, when I get rich and famous, I'll get married and you can spank and scold all the children.
Ah, that will be heavenly. The first will be a daughter, and we shall call her Marquita. And the first son...
Look, Lola, you have years to think up those names, and I need this dress tonight.
Suppose no one comes to the theater tonight. They all know you are only the understudy.
Oh, Stephen is sure everybody will be there tonight. He used the radio. They said wonderful lies about me. Stephen says that's the way in New York. They even make people want spinach.
Well, this is in New York, and you are not a spinach. If they don't like your singing, they will start calling for the great La Rosa.
Stephen says she won't be able to sing for a week.
She was all right last night when he gave the dinner for her.
Oh, so that's how it happened. That's how he arranged it. He must have given La Rosa one of those North American drinks.
Maybe the same thing he gave me one time. It put me to sleep for 2 days. The doctor said it was Mickey Finn.
No, Lola, Mickey Finn. Oh, I almost forgot. It's just time. They're going to broadcast my music.
Gentil auditorio, this program honors the beautiful and talented Señorita Marquita. Her debut tonight offers Rio de Janeiro its first opportunity to hear her in the leading role after her preparation of more than a year as understudy to the famous La Rosa, who was stricken with a sudden illness. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we bring to you some of the special musical selections which the charming Señorita Marquita will sing at La Plaza Theater tonight. The first will be the Singing Burro.
Stephen arranged for this. What is it?
Everyone.
Oh, it must be from New York, from Carlos. I wonder if Stephen told him I'm singing tonight.
But Senora Stephen does not know your brother.
Be a terrible mistake. Carlos wouldn't kill anyone.
You have just heard the Singing Burro, a favorite selection of Señorita Marquita, who will sing tonight at La Plaza Theater.
I don't know how I can sing tonight.
But you must.
No, Lola. I must go to Carlos. He needs me. Oh, get me a reservation on the first plane to New York. Go see who that is while I change my clothes.
Good afternoon, Lola. Here's some flowers for the great Marquita. You know, tomorrow all of her public will be sending her flowers by the carload. Say, wipe that sad look off your face. Well, you ought to be happy. Tonight's our big night.
But Senorita Marquita will not sing tonight.
She won't sing. Why not?
She's flying to New York.
Oh, it's impossible. It's crazy. What's the matter? Stage fright?
No. It is her brother Carlos. He's in trouble. He needs her.
He needs her. Well, what about us?
But they say he killed somebody. He's in jail.
Jail?
Yes. She has to go to him today.
Where is she?
And they're getting ready to leave.
Marquita? Marquita! What's this all about?
Oh, just a minute, Stephen.
Come on out here. You can't do a thing like this. Marquita, you can't run out like this. Not after our big campaign, everything we planned.
But there's nothing else I can do, Stephen.
But you can't throw away this opportunity. Why, tonight you'll be acclaimed, established. Tomorrow I'll think of some idea about you being called to New York.
Oh, don't you see, Stephen? I must go to my brother. If I needed him, he'd come to me. Oh, Lola, see about my reservation.
But New York is a long way off, and you have so little money. I wish I could help you, but we've spent everything. I've even drawn next week's salary.
Oh, don't worry about that. I have enough to get to Carlos.
Well, I guess you made it. Nothing I can do. I wish I could go with you.
Oh, I wish you could, too.
Look, Marquita, if you're gone too long, maybe I can get to New York.
But how can that happen?
I have an idea that this place would be sort of lonely without you.
There is only one reservation left. It is in the 3 o'clock plane.
Oh, tell him to be sure and hold it for me. I must hurry and help pack.
Oh, wait a minute. Where can I reach you in New York?
I'll tell you when I get there.
Marquita, who is this Annette Templeton who sent this? Did ever Carlos mention her in any of his letters?
No, but you better cable and say when I arrive. I'll go right to her. Here's her address, the Gilbert Hotel. And come quickly. We have so little time. Is there a lady registered here by the name of Annette Templeton?
Yes.
Would you tell her that Marquita Romero is calling? She's expecting me.
Me room 214. Oh, hello, Miss Templeton. Miss Marquita Romero is calling. Yes. Go right up, second floor, room 214.
Thank you.
You're Marquita.
Yes.
I'm Annette. Please come in. You must be tired from your trip. Please sit down. Carlos wouldn't send you the wire, so I had to send it in my name.
Oh, where can I see him?
He's being held in prison.
Prison? How long ago did this happen?
3 weeks. He thought they'd surely free him, and then everything got worse.
Oh, but what did he do?
Nothing. It's all a mistake. He's innocent. The cabaret where we worked burned down, and they blame it on Carlos.
But your cablegram said he was arrested for murder.
Yes, the watchman was burned in the fire. You know Carlos wouldn't do anything like that.
Oh, of course I know. But they must believe it, or they let him go. Won't they let me see him?
Yes, but not long. And not until 3 o'clock. Will you have something to eat?
Oh, no, thank you. I don't want anything. Are you the girl who was Carlos' dancing partner?
Yes, and I'm his wife. We were married 5 months ago.
But Carlos never wrote me about it.
We were afraid to tell even you. The man we worked for was always bothering me, and he said he didn't want a dance team that was married. But Carlos and I were in love with each other.
Oh, then you did right to marry.
No, I'm afraid it was wrong, the way it turned out.
I think it was right that you did.
Well, the proprietor heard about it and threatened to discharge Carlos and make me dance alone. He insulted us every night. Then one night he hit Carlos and they had a terrible fight. And then they put us out.
Was it the same man whose cabaret burned down?
Yes.
I see.
Won't you live here with me? I'm all alone and I do want someone to be with me. Please have your baggage sent here.
Yes, I'd like to. Will it take long to get to the prison?
We can start now. By the way, Carlos and I live under our stage name, the Templetons. He was arrested as Carl Templeton. He was afraid that his real name might hurt you.
Marquita.
Carlos.
Oh, it's good to see you. But I didn't want you to know. I asked you not to tell Marquita.
But now it's better this way.
Oh, I am glad you're here. Now Annette will not be alone.
Oh, I wish he had told me when it first happened.
I'm sorry, you'll have to sit down.
But it costs you a lot of money to come up here, and you might lose your work.
Oh, we can take care of that later. Now we must think how to get you out of here.
We first have to convince my lawyer I didn't do it. Even he believes I set fire to the place.
But why do they think you did it?
Because I was at the cabaret when the fire started.
But Mr. Mitchell told you to be there.
Yes. I'd been asking him every day to let me come back and get our dancing costumes. He always said no. Then that night he telephoned me and said I should come right over, that I could have them.
But why don't you tell that to your lawyer?
I did, but Mr. Mitchell told him I was lying.
Is Mitchell the proprietor where you worked?
Yes.
The one that always bothered you?
Yes.
Hands up.
What is the name of your lawyer?
Mr. Wilson. Annette can show you where to find him. Take good care of Annette. And come back soon.
We will, Carlos. Both of us. But I've often heard where they let him in out of prison by putting up bail or giving a bond.
Not in a case like your brother's. In the first place, he's charged with arson. And while committing that felony, a human life was lost. That's murder. Even if they could grant bail, it would be too high. He couldn't even pay a lawyer. That's why I was assigned to defend him without pay.
But there must be something we can do. Carlos would never do anything wrong.
Of course, the boy says he's innocent. They all do. And you're his wife, so you naturally believe in him. But I've got to work with the facts.
And just what are the facts you're working with?
That your brother had a grudge against his employer. He had some fancied grievance that Mitchell wasn't treating him right. And when he was discharged, the boy made threats.
Why, none of it's true. It's just the other way around. I know because I was his dancing partner. Carlos only asked to get our dancing costumes. He was afraid Mitchell would destroy them.
But how can they put him in prison without proving he set fire to the place? The proprietor told him to come there.
His employer denies that. Witnesses saw him enter the place. It was not on fire when he went in. When the fire broke out, he was seen running away.
But Carlos explained all that. He ran because he was afraid they'd blame him.
That kind of an answer won't mean anything to a jury.
What can we do?
The best I can hope is that they won't demand the full penalty. That is, if you can induce your brother to plead guilty.
I wouldn't let him do that.
He'd never say he was guilty. He didn't do it.
There must be some other way. Why, that wouldn't even give him a chance to prove his innocence.
Then I can only promise to do my very best to defend him.
I'm afraid to tell Carlos what his attorney said.
Yes, and that's the first thing he'll want to know. Oh, I'm afraid this man he has won't be any help to him.
We can't let Carlos face trial with a lawyer like that. Hello?
This is the desk clerk. The manager asked me to call you. You promised last week to settle your hotel bill. May I send someone up to collect it now?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I can't possibly do anything about it today. Yes, I know I promised. Would you ask the manager if he'll wait just a little longer, a few more days? Yes, I'll try to pay it by the end of the week. Yes, I understand. Thank you. Well, I'm sorry you had to hear that.
Oh, it's best that I understand.
When they took Carlos away from me, it broke up our dance team. I've been unable to find a job dancing alone.
Well, down in South America, they like the way I sing. Can you tell me how I can get that kind of work here?
We just go to the different agencies and wait until we land a job.
Well, we'll start the first thing in the morning.
All right, who's next? Aren't you the girl who's in here several times before?
Yes, but I brought someone else for you to see.
Why do you bring another dancer when I can't get work for you?
But Marquita's not a dancer. She's a famous South American singer.
Well, if she's a friend of yours, tell her to go back where she's famous. She's just another singer to me.
Oh, but Marquita's different. She's not just another singer. Why won't you give her an audition?
Because the woods are full of singers and I can't book anymore. Now, that's all I can do for you. All right, who's next?
If you could book me any place for just a week, then you can find out just what I can do.
I'm sorry, lady, but I can't book you for a week. Why, I couldn't even place you for a day.
Isn't there some way I can have a chance for people to hear me?
None that I know of. People want singers with big names and reputations.
But I have talent. I'm a trained singer. How can I get a reputation in your country and a big name if they won't let me sing?
Lady, if I could answer that, I wouldn't stay in this job 2 minutes. Now, my best advice to you is to keep on trying.
Thank you.
I'd like to speak to a Miss Templeton, please. Annette Templeton.
We have no one by that name.
But you have a Miss Romero here. Marquita Romero?
No.
But you must have. She wrote friends that she was living here.
I'm sorry, but no one's registered under that name.
Hey, wait a minute, pal. I came all the way from South America to find her. She intended coming straight to this hotel.
She might have just used this hotel for a mailing address. I'll take a look. Let's see. Romero. Yeah, here's a letter for her.
Well, that might be a clue. Was there a return address on it?
Yeah, but it's in bad writing. It's from Stephen something or other. Know him?
That's from me. Say, I sent her 2 letters. She must have received the other one.
I wouldn't know. I've only had this job a week.
Hey, why didn't you say so? She could have been here and checked out. See if she left a forwarding address, will you?
All right. Let's see. Rand, Robinson, Rubens, Romero. Yeah. Here's Marquita Romero. She was here, all right. Had a room with a girl named Templeton.
Yeah?
But they're both gone now. Says here, couldn't pay bill, had to leave the luggage.
Well, they must have left a forwarding address.
Buddy, they don't have a forwarding address when they're put out.
Well, if they come back for their luggage, I'd like to have you get in touch with me. That's my address.
Oh, thanks. I'll be glad to. I'll keep my eye peeled for her just in case she does show up.
It's terribly important that I locate her. Can't you remember whether she was in here?
Listen, fella, I see about 200 people in here every day, and after a couple of years of that, they all look alike.
Well, will you take a good look in your card index, see if she might have left an address? Her name is Marquita Romero.
Romero?
Yes.
No, I'm sorry, no Romero.
Well, take another look and see if you can find the name of Annette Templeton.
Listen, buddy, I got a lot of work to do.
Oh, please, take another look.
What'd you say the name was?
Templeton, Annette Templeton.
Here it is. Annette Templeton, Gilbert Hotel.
No, I've been there. They've moved.
I'm sorry, that's the best I can do for you.
Well, thanks for your trouble.
Okay.
I'm looking for a singer by the name of Senorita Marquita. Marquita Romero.
Oh, you've heard of her. She's a great singer. One of the best I've ever listened to. And what a beautiful woman. And a voice like I've never heard.
Well, that's swell. Where can I see her?
Where do you want her to work? I'll send her over to you. Only $50 a week, and she furnishes her own costumes.
Oh, no. I don't want to hire the young lady. I'm trying to find her.
Why? You from the police department?
No, I'm a friend of hers. I'm trying to locate her.
I found her a job. But she's a good singer. Too good for the place she's working.
Never mind about that. Tell me where she is.
It's over on 8th Avenue, a place called the Bluebird Garden.
Bluebird Gardens, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks, pal.
Come and get me, Daddy. Oh, my sweet, sweet Daddy.
Come on, sing it down here, baby.
I love you,
Over this way.
Daddy mine. All the time is flying, and my heart is crying. Can't you hear me sighing? Daddy mine. Oh, I never knew how much I'd miss you. Till you went away, but I know you're coming back to me someday. Come and get me, Daddy. Oh, my sweet, sweet Daddy. 'Cause I love you madly, Daddy mine.
Don't leave. I told you come over here.
Oh, let me go! Come here. Go! Don't let me go! Go!
Wait a minute. No more.
Oh, Steve.
Marquita.
I'm sorry you had to find me like this.
Looks as though I found you just in time.
And Stephen, one more night like this and we wouldn't have been here.
Come on, sit down, honey. I know you're all tired out.
And Annette has been going through the same thing with her dance act.
Annette?
Oh, I forgot. You haven't met her. She's my brother's wife.
Oh.
Last night... Oh, here she is now. Annette, I want you to meet Stephen Ward, a very dear friend of mine from Rio de Janeiro.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Marquita's told me so much about you.
Well, I've been in town for over a week hunting for her. You know, you girls didn't leave much of a trail for me to follow.
But, Stephen, how can you be away from your work so long?
Well, I had quite an argument with my newspaper about that. I insisted on a month's vacation. They finally saw it my way, made it permanent.
Oh, Stephen, and all because of me.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll dig up another job as soon as we get back there. The thing to do now is to hurry and get both of you out of here.
Oh, but we live here, upstairs.
Oh, yes, that's the reason we took a job like this, because it gave us a place to live.
Oh, well, we'll fix all that up, too. I've had all of your luggage put back in your hotel. You know the Gilbert? Now I'm going to see the manager here. Pardon me. Now, hurry up.
Oh, and I'll be glad to get rid of these things. Unhook me.
But why didn't Annette come with you?
Oh, Carlos, I'm sorry you couldn't bring her. They just won't permit you more than 2 visitors.
Are you sure she's all right?
Oh, yes, please believe me. She wanted Stephen to come so you can tell him about your case. He wants to help us.
That's right. There's one thing I'd like to get clear. Are you absolutely sure that the proprietor of the night told you to come back for your costumes?
Yes, of course.
Well, did he particularly pick out the night that the fire happened?
Every day for a week he kept refusing me. Then this night he said all right to come at exactly 8:30.
And did you go there at 8:30?
Right on.
But Carlos has told that all to his lawyer.
Yes, but don't you see, if this man Mitchell wanted Carlos there at exactly 8:30, he had a reason for it. Now, the fire was scheduled to break out right on time, and he wanted Carlos there so he could blame him.
But Mr. Mitchell wasn't there when I arrived.
Certainly not. That also could have been part of his scheme.
But why would a man want to burn his own place?
That's what we want to know. And we're going to find out how much insurance he was carrying. Our job now is to find a lawyer who'll believe us.
All right, son.
I can't thank you enough for helping me.
We'll save that until you get out of here.
Goodbye, Marquita.
Goodbye, Carlos.
3 years ago, you came to me when they had a client of yours in a box on the oil scandal. We cleared that up in a week. Now I need you.
And I can't forget that either. But I wish you'd ask me to do something where I had more of a chance to succeed.
If you'd only handle this case, I'd call it more than even.
I know, Steve, but... Well, I can't understand why the boy didn't give his right name when he was arrested. You know, that looks mighty suspicious to a jury.
Well, as I explained, he didn't want to involve his sister.
Oh. And you think pretty much of her, too, eh?
Enough to want to marry her, if she'd have me.
I see. Well, I thought it was something like that. Okay, Steve. You can count on me to take this case.
Thanks, Mr. Montgomery. Now, that leaves me free to go to work on Mitchell.
You know him personally?
A little. I know his record better. They tell me he's just opened a new nightclub called the Condor. Thought I'd go over there and do a little fishing.
Well, good luck, but don't get caught first.
Right.
What do you want?
Where's Mitchell? I've got some news for you.
I've been looking for you all day. Where have you been keeping yourself?
The answer to that ought to be good.
You keep out of this.
Well, what do you got to say?
I better talk to you back in the office.
What have you got to say that I can't hear?
You wait here.
Well, cut it short. I'm in a hurry.
Well, what's all the mystery about?
Something's happened to your fire insurance case.
What gives you that idea?
That kid you have in jail's got a new lawyer. And of all people, it happens to be Roger Montgomery.
Ah. How did anybody manage to dig up cash enough to pay him?
I don't know. But the lawyer like Montgomery doesn't lose cases.
Oh, well, even if he does get the kid free, it doesn't mean he can pin anything on us.
I didn't say that. But I don't like it that your little friend Vicky out there knows everything.
She doesn't know anything about this unless you've told her.
Catch me telling anything to that parrot. Uh-oh.
Let her in.
Say, what's holding up the parade? I thought I had a date with you. Well, are we going shopping, or are we going to sit around here and play mystery stories all day?
We were having a little discussion about you.
Well, if that bird had anything to do with it, I better watch out for myself.
Well, as a matter of fact, he happened to recall that you had a birthday coming up. And he thought we ought to surprise you.
I'd like to surprise him with a beautiful package of arsenic.
Come on, kid.
It shows that Mitchell bought in on a company operating excursion boats. 2 weeks later, they had a big fire. And your company paid the damage. Now, isn't that enough to hook Mitchell for this fire instead of the boy they're holding in jail?
Should be, but it's only circumstantial evidence.
What more have they against my brother?
He threatened this man, Mitchell. They found his dressing room carpet and all his belongings soaked with kerosene. And witnesses to say he did it.
But the witnesses were friends of Mitchell's, or people who worked there. They had a reason to lie.
That's only expressing your personal opinion. Of course, I sympathize with your feelings, but it won't help clear your brother one iota.
We're certainly not going to stand by and see that boy brought to trial without doing something about it.
I don't expect to do that either. But I can't tackle a shrewd fellow like Mitchell with the usual method.
And what would that be?
Oh, plant some of my men in this place as waiters or put an operative in as hat check girl. But they might never get his confidence.
What about the agency that handled the dance act for my brother and his wife? They worked in Mitchell's other cabaret. The one that burned.
What about it?
Maybe they could put me in as a singer.
Not in a million years. Not if Mitchell found out who you are.
Let's forget about it. We have a good example of him by the way he treated her brother.
Just a minute. Maybe she hit on the answer. Does Mitchell know you?
I'm a stranger in New York.
How well do you sing?
Oh, she's marvelous. Why, No, I wouldn't let her sing there.
But I want to do it, Stephen. It might be just the thing that will save him.
It's not a bad idea. The trick is to get her in there.
Please.
Well, maybe.
First, I'll go to work on Mitchell and make him want different entertainment.
If you can do that, possibly we can put it over.
Well, wish me luck anyhow.
I wish you luck. Lots of good luck.
See who just came in?
It's Slater, the insurance investigator.
A whiskey and soda.
Want me to talk to him?
No. You stay here and entertain Vicky. All right, that's it.
Hello, Mitch.
How's the insurance business?
Oh, I'd say about like the nightclub business. A little scrawny. Paying out more than we take in.
Well. Takes a little time to get a new club started. I'm not crying.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, what?
Entertain me.
Anytime Mr. Slater drops in, it's on the house.
Thanks, Mitch. I wish I could okay that last claim of yours as easily as you okay that check.
Why can't you? Anything holding it?
You know, somebody's retained Montgomery to defend that Templeton boy. He seems sort of sold on the kid being innocent.
Whoever dragged him into the case?
I asked him that. He said you did.
Me?
Yep. Thinks you're collecting off too many fires in a row.
What does he expect me to do? Throw out the kitchen stoves and put in fireless cookers?
He wasn't kidding.
Neither am I.
$2 for a 2-bit sandwich. How'd he get away with it?
Nightclub patrons are suckers.
Yeah. Looks like most of the suckers are going to other nightclubs. If business doesn't pick up, you better search your patrons for matches.
I don't like your jokes.
Now listen, Mitch. If this place were struck by lightning, they'd swear you ordered it, because you're losing too much money.
What do they expect me to do? Go out in the street and drag in customers?
No. Give them good entertainment, and they'll pack your place.
Later. Bring a bottle from my private stock. We'll drink to that idea. You've got your geography twisted. This isn't South America.
Listen, Mitch, all I want is your promise that you'll give La Marquita a tryout.
Okay, Steve, I will. If I ever open a club in Rio.
If you had a spot in Rio, you couldn't get her. Every nightclub in South America would be bidding for her.
Is it that good? Why did she come up here?
She didn't want to. I talked her into it. And now everybody in Rio's begging her to come back.
Well, there's boats sailing every day. If you're smart, you'll buy her a ticket to send her home.
I'm giving you an opportunity to discover the greatest entertainment personality in New York today. After she's knocked the town over in some other nightclub, don't come and cry on my shoulder.
Yeah, I know how it is, kid. I'd like to help you out. Maybe you can get her a job in the chorus.
She's bigger than that. Oh, your public down in Rio demand that she sing to them from here over the radio every Thursday night.
Today's Thursday. All right, I'll listen in. What time does she go on the air?
10 o'clock. That's midnight in Rio. Her broadcast is by shortwave. I'll arrange it so you can listen in.
Yeah, all right.
Come in.
Marquita, I've got great news for you. I've been talking to Mitchell, and he wants to hear you sing tonight.
Oh, Stephen, it's marvelous. It's too good to be true. I'd better go down and practice with the orchestra so they'll know my songs.
No, wait a minute. Not so fast. He wouldn't let you do that. I had to tell him that you were singing over the radio, so he's going to listen in tonight.
But, Stephen, you've tried for days to get me on every radio.
Do you remember how we got that manager in Rio to listen to you?
Are you going to try that again?
Of course. It's a perfect idea. I told them all about it down at the insurance office. They think it's great. Slater's getting a radio technician to help me.
But suppose it doesn't work.
Oh, don't you worry about that. It has to work. Now, listen. You be ready in your prettiest evening gown. I'll call for you at 9 o'clock.
Come in.
Hello. Here's the radio set for you to listen in.
Listen to what?
Senorita Marquita.
Oh, yeah. You
must have a lot of confidence in her talents to go to all this trouble.
After you hear her sing, my troubles will all be over. This is a short wave set. I wanted to make sure you hear her right. Now, it's tuned in on the station. Here's where you turn it on. Now, don't forget, she goes on at exactly 10 o'clock. That gives me just a few minutes to get over to the broadcasting station. I'll bring her over right after the program.
All right.
Hello. Pardon me.
What's all this business about? What goes on at exactly 10 o'clock, and who and why is Senorita Marquita?
Well, if it's any of your business, Senorita Marquita is a very talented singer that's going to broadcast tonight. And with or without your permission, I'm going to listen to her.
I didn't know you were in the market for another singer. You know you can't choose both of us.
You missed the point. He said this one is a talented singer.
You hope.
Yeah, that she's good.
It's all rigged up there. Are you all set?
Yeah, but you could at least drop that wire down 2 more feet. I'm no steeplejack, you know. Say, you better check your time.
Yeah. It's exactly 8 1/4 minutes before 10.
Well, don't bring it in a second sooner than 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Say, you're going to miss that broadcast. It's after 10 o'clock.
Can't you see he's busy?
Well, I'd like to hear a good singer. It'd be a novelty around this place.
All right, turn it on.
Between a burro and his turtle dove, she was a donkey with both charm and class. He was just a silly ass. He thought himself as quite a troubadour. He serenaded lady love, he swore. He could sing from a tenor to a bass. Oh my, what a silly ass. He would sing all day. Ay, 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 my love, what a silly brain. Ay, ay, till his sight would pop. Ay, 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 oh my, he would never stop. Outside her stable in the pale moonlight, it serenaded Lady Love all night. And as upon her bed of straw she lay, he would bray and bray and bray. She made a note that when he came again, she'd cure this foolish, witless, lovesick swain. A right good remedy she found real quick was a well-directed kick. He cried out in pain. Ay, 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 my love, again and again. Ay, ay, we will have to part. Ay, 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 my love, oh, my broken heart. Ay, 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 ay.
Now, she's got a voice.
She's coming over. We'll see what she looks like.
She's probably fat and 50.
That ought to convince Mitchell. Now for your grand entrance into the Condor Club. Marquita, this is Mr. Mitchell.
How do you do?
I'm honored to have you as my guest. I had the pleasure of hearing you sing tonight. I have a special table reserved for you. How do you like my place?
Oh, it's lovely.
Oh, Tony, come here a minute, will you? Senorita, this is Tony, our orchestra leader.
How do you do? I'm sorry I didn't hear you on the radio. Mr. Mitchell said you were excellent.
He is very kind to say that. Thank you, senor. I hope someday you can hear me.
I'm anxious for our guests to hear you. Would you sing for us tonight?
I'd be only too happy if the orchestra plays any of my music.
Is there any special song, senorita?
Do you know El Tango del Amor?
No, I'm sorry.
El Tango Yo Te Amo?
No.
El Romance en Rio?
Oh, yes. That's very beautiful. Would you like us to play it for you?
Yes, please. Where's Mitch?
You like our American audiences. They're very warm and appreciative. Oh, Vicky. Senorita, this is Vicky, one of our entertainers.
How do you do? Mind if I sit down?
I'll introduce you to our guests.
Did you hear Marquita's broadcast?
Part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please, for a moment. Through a remarkable piece of good fortune, the Condor Club tonight presents as its guest artist South America's most gifted singer, Senorita Marquita, the girl from Rio.
Life
don't want her to work for a fellow like Mitchell.
But you know Marquita would do anything to help you.
Think what would happen if he knew she was my sister.
Well, that's the only reason I told you. So you'd understand why she can't come to see you.
Oh, but he'll find out anyway. You're both living in the same place.
No. Marquita thought of that. She moved to another hotel.
Oh, but Arnett, that leaves you alone.
Only for a short time. I have to leave now. I promised your sister I'd be there when she telephoned.
Arnett, something wrong? Arnett.
No. Please don't worry about us, Carlos. We're doing our best to get you free.
Wait, please sit down. Don't leave this way. You're not feeling well. Annette! Please, help my wife. She's ill. Annette!
I'll try to take care of her. She's faint. Please bring some water.
Do you feel better, Annette? Please, please, is she all right?
I guess she'll get over this better than her husband. Now, if you'll take charge of her, I'll try to tell him what's the matter. She'll be perfectly all right as soon as she gets home. There's nothing for you to be alarmed about. Every father worries about them before they're born. My husband was the same way.
I can't find out anything from Mitchell. He doesn't even mention the fire.
Well, do you suppose he suspicions who you are?
No, I don't think so.
Well, has he shown any interest in you?
Yes, except when someone shows him some stamps.
Stamps?
Yes, he was speaking of some that are worth $10,000. I never knew stamps were so valuable. He speaks like an expert.
He should. He collected pretty heavily from us for some rare ones. His last stamp claim totals about $14,000.
Yes, but doesn't it strike you that a man would protect such an expensive hobby?
I wouldn't call it a hobby. He makes money out of it. He's a collector and a dealer.
All right, but doesn't it occur to you that if a man were going to burn down his place, that he'd remove his stamps first?
Why should he, so long as he can collect on the insurance?
All right, but what would he have to prove his loss?
He always manages to keep his receipts where they can't burn.
Someone should advise him to keep his receipts with his stamps, then he'd have both.
It's my idea that the stamps didn't burn. He's probably got them right at his fingertips, where he can enjoy the thrill of looking at them.
In that case, I'll do everything I can to find them.
Then you'd better study this list very carefully so you can recognize these particular stamps.
How do you do?
I'm looking for La Marquita.
Maybe you mean Senorita Marquita Romero.
Yeah, does she live here?
No, not anymore. She moved out 2 days ago.
Do you happen to know where she lives now?
No, she didn't say. But you might find her over at the Condor Club where she works.
Yeah, but that won't be till tonight. I wanted to see her now.
Maybe you'd like to talk to Miss Templeton. She still lives here.
Did you say Templeton?
Yes, Senorita Marquita lived here with her.
Do you happen to know if this Templeton girl is a dancer?
I wouldn't know.
Is her name Annette Templeton?
Yes, I'll call her if you'd like to talk with her.
No, that's all right. I really wanted to see Senorita Marquita, but I'll wait till tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're a very charming lady and a delightful dinner companion.
And now, a toast to you, in appreciation for the many opportunities you have given me.
That's very sweet, my dear. Marquita, dear.
Oh, my necklace. Oh, it's so awkward of me. Oh, and we must hurry to the radio.
Now, wait a minute. First, we want to get something to put these in.
Oh,
Will you lose any of them?
Will you take care of them for me?
Yes, certainly. I'll take the best of care of them. Certainly.
Oh, don't put them in your pocket. You might lose them. They were my mother's.
Well, I'll put them in the safe if you'll feel any better about it.
Yes, please. But we haven't much time. Oh, you've been so grand to me. And I want you to know how much I appreciate it. I have an idea, but you might think it too silly.
Certainly not. What is it?
Oh, well, because it's our first broadcast, I'd like it if you'd be the one to make the first radio announcement.
I'd be very happy to do that
Then,
for you.
let's hurry. I want to be sure of my makeup.
Well, now, don't be late.
I'll only be a moment. What are you doing in my dressing room?
Just waiting for you to finish that little private supper you were having with Mitchell.
What is it you want?
Here's something that belongs to you. I thought you might be worried about it.
Who is it?
The boy who set fire to Mitchell's club. Your brother.
I think you're mistaken.
Well, you're just in time, dear. Ladies and gentlemen, this moment denotes the beginning of our radio broadcast from the Condor Club. We are very happy to present to our patrons and to the radio audience South America's greatest singing star, Señorita Marquita, the girl from Rio.
This is a small number.
List to a tale of unrequited love between a burro and his turtle dove. She was a donkey with both charm and class. He was just a silly ass. He thought himself as quite a troubadour. He serenaded lady love he swore. He could sing from a tenor to a bass. Oh my, what a silly ass. He would sing all day. Ay, 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 my love, what a silly brain. Ay, ay, in his eyes would pop. Ay, 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 oh my, he would never stop. Outside her stable in the pale moonlight, he serenaded Lady Love all night. And as upon her bed of straw she lay, he would bray and bray and bray. She made note that when he came again, she'd cure this foolish witless lovesick swain. A right good remedy she found real quick.
She's probably got enough on you to put you in jail.
Will you stop talking in riddles? What do you know about her?
Her brother's the boy you sent to prison. She's here to pin that fire on you.
He cried out in pain. Ay, 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 my love, again and again.
I found it in her room. She knows I have it.
We will have to part.
You better see that she doesn't run out on you.
Ay, my love, oh, my broken heart. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 1
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been so kind in the way you received my song, and I have decided to sing another chorus. As we say in Spanish, Esteban, ya saben quién soy, no sé lo que van a hacer, vente enseguida.
Hey, that's a signal for me. Mitchell must have found out who she is.
Can't stay up there all night. I'll make the closing announcement after this one. Follow her out and lock her in my office until I come in. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the song by Senorita Marquita, which has come to you from the Condor Club. What?
Yeah.
Open this door. I'll break it in. Put that gun back in there. Put it back in the safe. Put it.
It's burning! It's on fire! Stephen.
Having another fire?
She started it.
Yes, I shot this gun to stop him and the fire started.
Gun? Let me see it. Tracer bullets, eh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. That's the way you started all your fires. Tracer bullets.
And he has some papers in his pocket he took out of the safe.
A list of stamps and all nicely indexed.
This looks like everything we want. And all the stamps he said were burned in his fire.
That ought to be enough for the police. Oh, just a minute. Would you sit down and wait, please?
Does that clear Carlos and let him come home?
You bet it does.
Oh, Stephen. And now he can go back home to Rio with a net.
And we're going with them.